I first met Yitzhak in New York City. I was director of the Jewish Communities Department, and Yitzhak was in a meeting in New York City regarding Jimena. And I met this fellow from San Francisco, and he got up and he asked me a question. He asked why the Israeli government was not doing more to document the claim of Jews from Arab lands. And he argued, I think very correctly, that this is really Israel's strongest and really its moral argument regarding the refugee issue.
There are two refugee issues in the Arab-Israeli conflict. Nearly 1 million Jews were expelled by Arab governments after 1948. Most went to Israel. It's a story that's not very well known. One of the unique things about JCRC is its ability to be flexible, to grow, and this really is because of the leadership of Doug Kahn, Abby Porth, the lay leadership, just think outside of the box so often. You know, Jimena, it was natural for a group like Jimena to be incubated here in the JCRC.
We decided to have lunch, and he told me what his plan was to create a group of Jews from the Arab world, and we would form a committee, a group, which would then raise awareness of the history of the Jews under Islam in the Arab world and what our experience was for 14 centuries under the Arab rulers. It was really an excellent opportunity for me as an Egyptian Jew to tell my story and to tell the story of Iraqi Jews, Moroccan Jews, Algerian Jews, and the other Jews who were what we called the forgotten refugees.
Yitzhak was a national resource, contacted constantly by colleagues around the country who were starting to face growing Israel-related challenges in their communities and sought his wise counsel. And he was one of the first in the country 9 years ago to sound the alarm about the boycott, divestment, sanctions movement before it even had a name.
Yeah, well, it was clear in 2004 when the Presbyterian Church voted to divest from Israel that there was a crisis in Christian-Jewish relations. We began dialoguing with Christian clergy, and it was clear that ministers and rabbis have been working for years on social justice issues, on poverty issues, and so forth. As a community, they didn't know us. They really didn't understand the Jewish community. They didn't understand the deep connection that American Jews have with Israel, for instance.
In the 2 decades that I have worked with JCRC, the issues have ranged from race relations and racial justice, some economic poverty issues, most notably for me with Soviet Jews. And then more recently, in light of the Presbyterian denomination's attacks on Israel and on Judaism itself, I've had to turn to JCRC and specifically to Yitzhak in order to get the help and the resources I needed to work in my own denomination. The Presbytery of the Redwoods, like the Presbytery of San Francisco, was voting to ask the denomination to name Israel as an apartheid state. When it came time to start strategizing, I turned to Yitzhak. I needed to be able to make a very rational, very historically correct appeal in order to sway that governing body. Yitzhak was very helpful. I don't think I could have done it without Yitzhak's guidance and without his intellect. The chaplain at San Francisco Theological Seminary in San Anselmo had taken a group of people on what he called a Holy Land mission that included a private, off-the-record meeting with a Hezbollah commander. The president of the seminary made it possible for there to be a program that involved Doug Kahn and Yitzhak, JCRC. We just did what we could. We balanced out what the seminary had done, and I think effectively eliminated the possibility of seminary faculty, chaplains, and administrators taking people to meet with and give material support to terrorist organizations and leadership. Anything that's good and just that's going on in the San Francisco Bay Area is going to have a relationship with JCRC.
I found a great partnership in the JCRC, and in this framework, Yitzhak is just an unbelievable asset.
it's just wonderful experience to be able to work in an organization where free thinking is not only allowed but encouraged, creativity and just looking beyond and over the horizon. The main thing is that this isn't a one-man show, and I really want people to understand that this is not a one-man show, that there's a whole team of staff and lay leaders and volunteers that work on this all the time. Leaving JCRC, other than making Aliyah, was never in my mind and very difficult to even conceive of. This has been my home.
He is a kind of person who doesn't get as passionate as me. And he often told me, Joe, you're too passionate and too politically incorrect. So he taught me a lot and made me a little bit calmer. I would like to tell him thank you very much and Mazel Tov.
I would like to say to Yitzhak, the land of Israel is a wonderful place. It requires a certain kind of toughness and persistence and drive to achieve and to succeed. And you have all of the qualities necessary for making it in Israel.
Yitzhak, my word to you as you and your family leave the San Francisco Bay Area after 21 years of service here is that Israel's gain is our loss. You're one fine human being, and your knowledge has been a rich blessing to me, and your friendship an even richer blessing.